Okay. Torture in. Okay. Now we gotta set the time. Setting the time on these things is really going to be a challenge, chat. A big, big challenge. Also, hi, Kieran. Hey, Beef. How are you guys doing? Welcome, welcome. You're here for the game, Slay. Well, welcome. Ah, 12:06, your favorite time of day. How is it my favorite time of day? That makes no sense. It is not my favorite time of day. Me and Beef are locked in cool. Hi, Vana Fanta. How are you doing? Or you could simply not resist giving me the correct time again. After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 12:06 is. Let's use another slider to find out. Uh,
W. Kenneth.
I feel like I'm learning more about it, like how you sent things. It's good to collect data. How is it collecting data? Hi, Vana Fanta. How are you doing? Okay. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders for you to gather new data on you. Can we not with the data part, chat? Can we not? Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me whip a couple of new ones up. Oh my god. Anyways, we're back in the office, chat. And before I forget, let's share the live. Let's get all of our friends here. Because we are playing this game. And the Gift Gold chat will play a special sound that is near and dear to my heart.
Whoa, Daddy.
Okay. Thomas! We're only 3 minutes in and already you're starting to chat dirty. Okay, anyways, chat, let's get started on this game. I've never... It is 6 a.m. for you? My god, dude, what are you doing? Can't see the game. What do you mean you can't see the game? Oh my god! The game didn't go through? Hold up. Why is it not showing? We wake up early? Okay, hold on, chat. Technical issues. Why is it not popping up? I don't want to reboot it up. Well, it is available on Twitch, chat. It is available on the Twitch. There we go. Now it works. You could hear it, you just can't see it. It's Declan's fault. Don't blame Declan. What did he do? Literally, my city has the earliest rising citizens in the world. Damn. Okay. Good to know. Anyways, chat. Do that. Sound effects. And put it on 80. Can't spell Australia without L. Oh my god, don't be disrespectful to the Australians.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Hi,
Wow.
Kenneth.
Hi, Belle. How are you doing? Anyways, W to Thomas for the Super GG. Once again, chat. The Super GG will play a special sound, but I don't think you can hear it because copyrighting. But also, we'll see. We will see, chat. We will see. I'm okay. How are you doing? Let's go 25 just to be safe. And 85 just to be safe. Alright, let's begin the game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Is my wife here?
Yeah, she's here.
Employee number 427's
Have you played this
job was
before?
simple. He
Nope.
sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Me.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And
Oh.
although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Was he
And
happy?
then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Oh,
Something
God.
that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Oh,
He
no.
had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself
His
unable
Jesus
to move
cross,
for the
his
longest
oil,
time.
the
But as he
glasses,
came
the
to his wits
hair,
and regained his senses,
pretty much the whole
he got
thing.
up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so we're up. If he doesn't get told what to do. Hey, 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 hey. Only I tell him what to do. And he listens to me
All
majority
of
of the
his
time.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Belle, why are you putting crying emojis? Also, chat, if I seem grumpy or pissed off, well, I didn't eat much. That's probably why. So I'm going on water. Electrolytes water. Anyways, chat, let's tap on the likes, let's share the live,
When
let's...
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You should eat.
Do you have anything to eat?
No, because apparently I'll be called a half-ass, streamer. If you guys missed the memo, what happened with that. Baron, you want to fill them in on that? Or somebody? Anyone? Oh, man. Let's just get the whole gang involved. Let's share the live. Let's get everybody here. Let's cry together. Like, why not? Let's get all the people to come in. Go to the left, he says. Anyways, let's share the live. Let's tap the likes.
We don't mind if you eat Kenneth Hardhands.
Thank you.
Hey,
Hi, Lily. Welcome,
Yet
welcome.
there was not a single person here either.
Oh my
Feeling
god.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he
you are
might
not.
find an
As I
answer
said
there.
before, you and your health comes first.
How to solve a disrupt with a coworker. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Wow. Accurate right here, chat. Accurate. You most of all. Not the PowerPoint. Yes. Slides. Number of slides. Charts and slides. Slides and charts. Oh my god. How is this being flicked? That's my thing. And it said how not to get fired. Just be quiet. I'm like, damn.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, we're going upstairs.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Thank you guys for
Shocked,
1K likes, chat.
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
I
He
hate
stepped into
that
the
I
newly
know them.
opened passageway.
Okay, what? We're going down, 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 down. Da da down, 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 down. Loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh. Okay. Have you played or watched any of the Stanley Parable games? Nope. This is my first time playing it. You guys
Stanley
voted
walked
for
straight
this
ahead
one
through the large
in the
door that read
Discord.
Mind Control Facility.
You guys voted for this one in the Discord because I was like, okay, bet. But then also a part of me is just kind of like, I don't really know. This is just chosen, and that was that. And I said, okay, like, let's play it. Let's see how it works and everything, and I'll be fine. I don't know. I guess I'm just sort of used to story-based games and everything, but still, let's do it. Yeah, I was told that. Wait, scratch that. I think I did see someone play this, but I didn't know what it was called. I think Queso played this, and he ignored everything that the narrator was telling. Mind control facility. Wow.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Well, screw it.
Nope, still on board with death?
Yep, that's how I feel every day, chat. That's what pops up in my head when I wake up.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death. As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
Yep.
Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Well, that was a change. Well, there's the
And yet
first
it would
one.
be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now?
Yeah,
Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
yeah, pretty much. That's how I feel every day. Hi, misguided. Well, welcome, but also torture at the fact that you're working at your job. That is horrible, but also, look at this, chat. Why couldn't we just go in here? This would have been nice. Anyways. Let's keep tapping on the likes, chat. Let's share the live. Let's get everybody here. Send gifts, it'll motivate me. Or just send subscribers because, well, I don't know. Whatever works, chat. Whatever works. Starting from the beginning again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Damn it, we can't get a drink? God damn it, what kind of office is this place? You were not gonna give me a drink.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Come
Really
on.
worth it.
Just give me my drink. Never mind, forget it. Coffee? Hell no.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this, but at last he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Too late.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What's in here?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Baron!
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Baron. W, Baron, chat. W. W. Baron. Oh, beefy dip with the subscriber sent. What happens if I just jump? Can I just jump, chat? Because that's really how I feel. Like, just looking at this.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Another
Good job,
subscription.
Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Well, I did it. Hey, why not? Love you, Baron.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, let's listen to what Declan said. $5,000 fine! What do
When
you...
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room.
There.
What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
I like how your hair is
Thank
going
goodness
upwards
Stanley
today.
had taken this detail
Hair is
on
just
his
a
way to the
mess. I
meeting
don't
room.
really care for
Life
doing
without
it,
having
but
experienced
also...
this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Job made me wear a hat the entire time, so there's that. And I have no food in my system, so there's that.
Yes, really,
This one's for
worth
you,
it being here in
Declan.
the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though
You look
all
handsome,
your
Kenneth
co-workers have
Hardhands.
Thank you,
mysteriously
Kieran.
vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
You need some cheese.
Well, can't really
At
do
this
that right
point,
now.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered
I'm
on
broke,
creepy
chat.
and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
There, we're just gonna stare at this couch, knowing that it is the casting couch. If you know, you know.
Stanley sat around
Beef!
waiting for more dialogue.
Oh
But
my
when a long
god.
time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Beef with the subscriptions, my dude. How much longer? Wait, was Declan still with us? Because I need his thoughts. My god, beef. W beef, chat. W beef. And if you want to see this in full screen, chat, you could go over to Twix. I'm also live there. Oh no, you're good. If it was, I wouldn't mind if it was GIFs. And still no cold drink, chat. Like Thomas? What do you mean, like Thomas? Nope. Just goes on and on and on and on. It's like that one song from will.i.am and Britney Spears, Scream and Shout. Let's see. What endings have we got so far? Let's see. We got crushed. We ended ourselves. And I'm pretty sure it's just going to be ending myself
But
over
at
and
last,
over
he
again.
had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Here it's left. Wow. Thank you, Baron, for pinning that comment. And let's keep tapping on the likes, chat, because We're just playing this
Oh,
game.
no. No, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Aw, we can't get in the car? Baron! With the team cheers! Let's go! Let's go! Oh my, okay. Oh no, it's the room chat. It's that room from Scary Movie 3. If you know, you know. Kieran with the heart, me. You love me. You really love me. My God.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Does this mean I have TTS now?
We
Yes.
just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Whoa. We went into the spoiler room. We went into the spoiler room. And yes, Declan, you got TTS. Just don't go crazy with it. Just don't go too crazy with it. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well, when he pops up, you could put the Ned Flanders sticker.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Wow,
I'll
chat.
say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh, we have to restart it again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Well, somebody spilled coffee.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so.
Damn.
I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
No! Damn it, no! Did he really?
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
I'm
Just
dead.
follow the line. How simple is that?
I'm dead. He really put that in? Oh my god. He really put a line in for us, chat.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
I guess, let's see.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where
W
I was
existential
going with all
crisis.
that. You know what? I think what
That's
we
how I
need
feel.
right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh no. Oh my god. Riddle and the Arkham series. Accurate. Very accurate. What in the world, chat? This... How much... My god, how much did he do in this room? Budget, personnel, department, something, annual, monthly, corporate, financial.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
What? What fern are they talking about? Stare at this picture? Stare at this plant? Stare at this picture of water? Records, that. There's a weird amount of stuff that could end up happening in this game. Well, clearly this freaking line over here is something.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Clearly not.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Again with the restarting, chat. He restarted the game because we're gonna find something out in our parallel universe, chat. In our parallel universe.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Who's cute? What?
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let's ask,
Immediately.
will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny.
Why did you tell me to use the Flanders emote when he's not that ripped, huh?
No, it's not a diss. It's because of the oil up video that Belle posted. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh no, Ned Flanders. But a number of reasons. He was roasted so many times, and someone called him Ned Flanders. Someone called him one of the Doyle people from that one Adam Sandler movie, which was funny. And, well, he oils up a lot. So that says something.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is?
We
It's all
got the
one jammed
confusing ending.
And we're supposed to restart the game eight times?
I just give the people
That's
what they
really
want.
how all this goes? It's all
Wet t-shirt. No, I'm kidding.
determined?
W ending.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we?
I remember when
Eventually.
Markiplier played this type
Well,
of
in the
game.
meantime,
Oh,
if you
sick. Well, there's that.
Kenneth, did
his
you hear
co-workers
Thomas
were
is a
gone.
Wordle streamer
What
now?
could
He's a... Oh my god. Yeah, and all I thought was... So he could do Wordle, but he couldn't do the English part in Bully Scholarship Edition. That was my first thought. He can do Wordle, but he couldn't do the freaking answers to English in Bully Scholarship Edition. Mule, meow,
He couldn't do
mo.
the English part in Wordle either.
Oh my god. Thomas, did you struggle with English?
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I could do the English. It was the geography.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It was the... No, I remember clearly
Yet
it
there was
being
not a single
English.
person here either.
Tips to
Feeling
not
a
getting
wave of
fired. Talk
disbelief,
less.
Stanley
Do
decided
unbelievable,
to go
amazing
up
works
to
every
his
day with no
boss's
expectation
office,
of a promotion
hoping
or
he might find an
recognition.
answer there.
Damn.
But the stream was poppin' for Wordle, you can't lie.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh my goodness, Thomas, the red room. This is bringing you back, Thomas. Is this bringing you back? Also, where is everybody? Indeed, it was popping
Ask
off.
Aaliyah.
She was popping off? Okay, bet. Let me get everybody. Well, Aaliyah is doing a test right now, I think. So that'll be a while. But I would not expect for Wordle to be the thing that pops you
But
off.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason
Damn.
at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy.
Okay,
after
buddy,
all.
how about you try
He
learn
thought
how to
himself,
spell?
I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Oh.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd,
Thomas with the best burst. Let's go, BB.
the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself?
Okay,
Believing that if he's
even as I'm
asleep,
doing
he
all of
doesn't
this,
have to
I'm
take
starting to lose it right
responsibility
here,
for
Chad.
himself?
I'm starting to lose it.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
The
I'm
press.
through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
Yep.
Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Well, I felt that.
I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Oh my god, why is the screen getting red?
And everything went black.
Oh my god. What?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
God damn.
And then she turned and ran.
Hmm.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Do we pick it up, chat? Do we pick up the phone? Do we pick up the phone? Yes. Alright.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
But damn, we don't have a wife and he's just like, haha, got you. That's mean. Chat, that's mean. That's mean, okay? We're over here thinking, oh, someone loves us, someone loves us, someone wants to be with us, someone wants to commit the rest of their lives to us, and then you get this. Depression, chat. Depression.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Damn.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What? Damn. Okay. Well, that happened.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Perhaps.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's go see that mind control room, chat.
Yet there was not a single person here
Tips
either.
on not getting fired.
Feeling a
Talk
wave of
less. Do
disbelief, Stanley decided to
amazing
go
work
up to his
all the
boss's
time,
office,
every day,
hoping he might
and
find
don't
an answer
expect a
there.
promotion or recognition. Damn.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. We're in here now. My God! We're live, we're live, we're live, we're live, we're live. God dang it, TikTok. We are live. We're here. Also, hi, Liz. Welcome, welcome. We're in the elevator. Liz is here, chat. Liz is here.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would, but of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Liz, thank you for sharing the live.
Himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
It's Scream 3 all over again, chat. Scary Movie 3 all over again with the rooms. You know, where Cindy enters that room and she encounters the guy George, the comedian George Kane, and look at all this. He's spying on her, shaving her legs, and she's like, "Oh, that was a winter. It was really bad," and blah blah bleep bloop blop and everything.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Damn.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Oh God, pretty much it's the Barbie plotline, chat. It's the Barbie plotline.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Don't know. We don't know.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
We're in this room, chat, and it's hella creepy. Mind control status offline.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Oh, do we turn it on or do we turn it off, chat? Oh, on or off? On for the meme? Okay.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yes.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
What?
How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Cook.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
What? Oh, I can't. Okay.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here
Tips on not
either.
getting fired.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
What? What is this music, chap? What is this music?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Okay. I'm up.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Well, yes.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Let me find out it's a psych. No, we completed it. Cool.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time. Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Is it horror? No, well... probably.
Hello, and thank you for playing The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
What?
As you may know, The Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical
It's
and
liminal
commercial
before
success,
most people
it was
knew what liminal
expanded
meant.
upon in 2022 with The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
What?
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
No! No! Get me out of here! This is my freaking
Please,
horror!
step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
No!
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Oh, this is horror.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Get me out, 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 get me out. If you also want to watch this on full screen, chat.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
If you want to watch this on full screen, chat, you could watch it over on Twitch.
I have to
Same
say,
username.
initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Okay. That's all we got!
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Just the jump button, chat. Just the jump button. Let's keep going.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Aaliyah in the building! Hi, Aaliyah.
Then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content.
How
right
was
there.
it, Aaliyah?
I could counter 30
Do you feel
trillion.
relieved? Do you
could
feel
put
like,
that on the
yes,
box.
finally
The
now I can go and watch
Stanley Parable
my
Ultra
streams
Deluxe,
and
now
everything?
with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good.
Your hand hurts?
I
Oof.
knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
That means you can party now. Tell me you can party now. You can party now.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally
Me with the
accountable.
Life is Strange double
It's
exposure
my fault,
game.
Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks, just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
This is literally Life is Strange double exposure. And y'all know I'm mad about that game. Oh. Look at that, chat. A new look. Why do we have a picture of our old office? Oh my god. Anyways, chat. Next week is my birthday. Yay.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Hold on. Aaliyah with the team bracelet. Okay,
you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
How many endings have I done so far? Let's see. We got finally beating the game. We got the confused ending. We got the get crushed to pieces. We got the madness ending. We got trying to take over the world but failing ending. We got the finally. Well, majority of it was just us ending our lives. That was pretty much it. That was pretty much it. So far, like, I think 5, 6 endings. And all I'm gonna say is,
So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
whoa. Chat, look. Imagine we go in and we get everything that we're asking for and more. Imagine, chat.
I call it the memory zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life
The door is
whenever
how
I
I
want.
felt after I finished my final.
Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Hey, Rectum. Memory Zone. Welcome to the Memory Zone, chat.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something.
Of course.
Oh, the waste.
If you guys don't know, 2013 was like the big year for not only video games, but also for streamers, whether it's YouTube or Vine or whatever you want to call it. It was like the big moment. People were popping off left and right. And then things hit the fan, I want to say after 26, like before 2016 or after 2016 was when shit hit the fan. When the algorithm started to change, and that's where things became a problem. And now here we are. We're on this app because the algorithm is much better and it actually supports streamers, influencers, whatever you want to call them. But all that's going to shite. Memory, sweet memory. Ah, the good times. Literally, the good times, chat. You even got postcards of the year. You even got the clock of 2013 here. The dollar? The dollar bill. A trip down memory lane. Look, even the CDs. Smile because it happened. There you go, chat. Smile because it happened. Chat. Smile because it happened. But our first dollar, remember? Remember when Mr. Krabs got excited about his first dollar? There you go. And then he lost it to that clam. He really said, I'm going to do anything to get my first dollar back, even playing the opera music. Technically, they could not use Jaws in the copyrighted stuff, but they did something. The demonstration? Go outside, don't play for 5 years? What? Unachievable? It is impossible to get this achievement? Not Vendel. Vendel popping up. Hi, Vendel, with the Chris Redfield thing. The New York Times, new video game releasing today. Creators surprisingly down to earth. Oh my god. Creators Surprisingly down to earth. The achievement for this game is don't play for 10 years. Wow. Don't play the game for 10 years. Let me do that and we'll see what happens. Beta, work in progress. Oh look, that's the picture of when we went crazy. That picture right there, chat. Los Angeles
What the
Times.
Sigma?
Los Angeles Times. Stanley Parable deals with tough choices. Tough choices. Me with my life. But it's this part that still gets me. Creators surprisingly down to earth. This was before they went greedy. Have you done the go out the window? We could get out of a window? I didn't know that. We'll have to do it. But chat, this is how much we've gotten so far. But still, I still can't believe that one of the biggest achievements that they decided to hang up was this. But also the fact that if you don't play this game for 10 years, damn. 10 years. But don't go outside for 5 years is crazy. Alright, let's go outside and see what happens over here. Look at that view, chat. Oh look, there's more. What?
And
What?
over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art.
You just
Stanley
got a
Parable
large copy to
strives and then
survive? What kind of
succeeds to
copy
be
did you
every
get?
game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand
Don't
and
read any
all-encompassing
reviews
the
except
original
this one.
Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even a
Peppermint
Stanley
mocha?
Parable anymore.
Hot or iced?
It's just a
Hot or iced,
husk
Aaliyah?
now. A lifeless husk
And with
with
whipped
an
cream
hour
or
of
no whipped
new
cream?
elevator content.
Wow. The fact that that the narrator just shouted out the different type of games. Damn. The nostalgia. The tasteful nostalgia, it was good. And it's just a picture of the office that we were I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh my goodness. More pictures. It began again. Person of the year, and it's just us, but blurry. My god. I wonder what's down here. More pictures. He really said this is memory lane. Oh yes, if you pre-ordered the Stanley Parable at that time, you would have gotten this wonderful collection right here that only collectors can get, chat. You get the standard whatever, you get this cushy thingy, you get a tie, you get a booklet, you get the games, you get a photo, or it's just a copy of the game, I don't know. And you also get these random business cards that you could give to people that really shows that you are a hard worker. Say that many times and then you'll probably lose it. This is the end is never. Never the end. Never this and that. And then you got more pictures of the time. More memorabilia stuff. Some random boxes.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories. These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before.
Oh.
What's this? What's down here? Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online...
Oh my god. Oh my god, no. Drag Steam.
video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
No. Just based on the color right here, chat. Just based on the color, you know it's bad. You know it's bad because in Steam, they have like, you have the blue color and then they have the red color. If it's red, it means it's bad. So these right here are probably the bad reviews, saying how much the game sucks and everything. There you go! What did I just say?
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable. But the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Unfunny. Chat. Unfunny. Oh my god. Hold on. Tiki Talk. We're on. We're live. We're here. We're here. We're not gone. We're still here. We're still kicking. We're still kicking, chat. We're still kicking. Okay, let's continue. More bad reviews, probably telling that the narrator's unfunny, which is hilarious that they even did that. And chat, if you want to send a gift, the gift goal right now will play a special sound. If you like Spice Girls. Oh, it's raining. Not the upside down thing. Hey, Psycho Assassin, what's up, dude? Uh-oh.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
Uh-oh.
While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me.
Preachy.
Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to.
The fact that all of these reviews are actually real, chat.
Record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
The endings, chat. The endings. But also the fact that the actual comments on these, you can literally look these up right now on Steam. Uh-oh. Here's another one.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
What is happening? A skip button, chat. A skip button. Oh, there is a skip button. He really added a skip button.
Here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable.
I failed to hail a sleep help.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30,
What did he just
minutes?
call me?
It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only
Cookie
so much
Lover
I can ramble
69
on to
or
myself
something?
about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Would you think that it's exactly... Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you.
They're little. I think he's gone, chat.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to... The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
He's so done with us, chat. Oh my god! He lost it. He's lost it, chat. Oh my god. Narrator. Dude, I think he officially lost it because he went crazy. Oh. It's never the end, it's never the end, it's never the end, chat.
It's just that so much time has passed the building is falling apart.
Damn. He really said, let's create a skip button. This is literally a horror movie right here, chat. This is literally a horror movie. Oh! Ho ho ho! Oh, we can't push the button anymore. We did it! We're free! All because he put a skip button, chat. He put a skip button in the game because the reviews were, I'm tired of his preachy voice and everything, which was crazy to hear. Oh. Well, that's that ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content!
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Here we go again, chat. Let's see this new content.
You see, Stanley,
You feeling
I've
it now,
been
Mr.
reflecting on the
Krabs?
Stanley
Nope.
Parable, and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content
I don't
for it
have
should
any
live up
seeds,
to that
chat,
legacy.
so I'm kind of
So
just
forget
dying over
this
here.
ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
What? Oh no. The end
This, you
is
see,
never the
is
end
far
again.
superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions. Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
To those who are fans of this game, do you want this? Do you really want this? Like, do we want this?
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra
Hey, it's
Deluxe,
the
don't you
sequel?
think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Oh my goodness. The PowerPoint. Look at this. You got this one. You got the Pretty Little Liars looking one. You got the Last of Us looking one. You got Outlast looking one. And then you have... Oh god. I think the narrator has officially lost his
Now,
mind.
to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than
New
anything
features.
scientific or logical, really.
He doesn't even know what the game is going to be about for the second one, and yet he wants to make this.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Hold on.
Don't worry, narrator. That problem didn't stop Rocksteady with Justice League.
Oh god, that game was trash. Free and easy achievements. I can't believe it's that simple.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans
Come
all over
on.
the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Only with the technology that's gonna work with us? Come on! Anyways, chat, thank you for 5k likes. How are you going to make a free achievement? It works. No more steps.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet? You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back
Beefy
for
loaded
Stanley
burrito.
Parable 2
Wiener.
as well.
I'm gonna...
Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Let's see what else he added into this. Merch?
Wiener mentioned.
Okay. I'm like, Thomas, this is not your live. This is my life. It's my people here. Not let's go dirty or let's have a party where we all go and stuff like that, which I'm like, no. Please no screenshots. What?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think
Y'all
that in
be
the
careful.
new version,
Kenneth has a
the
fear of
office
wiener.
could use a bit of
We have the same people LMAO. Same people, different context. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? Okay, Kamala. I get it. I too would crash out if Thomas said we had the same people.
Okay, I feel better now. But also, God damn it! God damn it, y'all! And also, what the hell? Listen, I got no food. I don't have anything in my system. The only thing I have is cookies and Ritz with cheese on them. And I can't even order the pizza that I want to get because I'm broke, chat. I'm broke. Anyways,
Go eat, dang it.
I can't eat,
Kenneth,
dang
do
it.
you want pizza?
Yeah, Kieran, please. I can't eat. That's the problem. I can't eat. Because
How much is it?
Because adulthood, chat. Thomas with the rose. Thank you, Thomas.
Here, have a rose.
Okay. I'll eat the rose. I'll eat the rose.
decoration, like balloons. But I'm
Get
undecided
well
on
someday.
get well
Happy
someday
birthday,
and happy
Stepnies.
12th birthday. Which would you go with?
Happy 12th birthday, Stepnies, and get well someday. How about me?
Kenneth, let me know how much it is. I'll pay.
How
much you need for pizza?
Hold up. Let me check.
You know, sometimes when you solicit
Chris!
another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which
Chris
one you
is here,
actually
chat.
really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece it is.
I didn't even pick that one! I picked the get well someday!
$7 million pizza.
I picked the get well someday, not the happy birthday, Stepniece. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Happy birthday, Stepniece. What in the... I swear, the narrator is into some freaky shit. He's into something freaky. Because why on earth would you have these balloons? Happy 12th birthday, Stepniece. We picked the get well someday. Get well. Oh my god.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
How about... You know what? Never mind. Good to know.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect
What
all of
the
them,
heck?
and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
What?
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Who just sent the tiny diny? Chris! Chris with the tiny diny. You may spank that tiny diny, but only once. You may spank... Never mind, let me stop. I've been watching a lot of Ferogi's lives chat. I love him so much. He's funny. Let's see over here. But W to Chris, chat. W to Chris.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game.
What?
This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite
Kenneth, how
falling.
much is your pizza
You
we're
can
gonna
fall
pay?
until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for
Did he just say, here is a hole for you to go and jump into? Like, excuse me? Hold up, I'm checking. Come on, let's get this pizza party going. Yeah, let's do that. Hold up, I'm checking. It is... Everybody get a pizza.
$1 billion pizza.
I'm not doing $1 billion pizza. The hell? It says 32. 32 plus tip.
video games as a medium.
It's never been done before, but just jump into a hole and it never stops. Infinite hole.
I sent 20 for snacks hard hands.
Aw, Baron.
$32 pizza? Is there gold on it?
Not that I know of, no. They gave me a 50% off coupon. 15%. 15%, chap. But thank you, Baron.
Golden pineapple.
I can't with this hole. And I also can't stand the fact that this is looking so freaking... I can't. Like, what am I supposed to say with this hole right here, chat? It's a big hole. Nobody takes me out of context. Hi, Emerald. Welcome, welcome. It's a never-ending hole, chat, okay? It never stops. Emily's saying do it. Yeah, we're going to, but also the fact that, chat, it's a never-ending hole. Where are you when we need you? Please. Every time I go into Thomas's live, this is what I see in the live, chat. Y'all get wild. Y'all get wild in the chat, being like, do this or do that or whatever, to where I'm just like, end me. Please end me. Anyways, chat. Here we go. I never thought I'd say this, but we're going in. And the hole just gets tinier and tinier and tinier and tinier and tinier.
Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Oh, there's a teleport button,
Don't
chat.
reset. Keep falling.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
It just gets smaller.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep
You gave
hole?
like 60, now go eat.
It is. It's an extremely deep hole. I
Have.
don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
It's so...
Okay, well, good for you. You found the
Get your
bottom of
pizza,
the
Ken.
hole.
Heart hands,
You
heart
found me
hands.
out,
Okay.
Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you,
Well-
then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Well, chat, shall we teleport up? Or shall we just stay here? Shall we just teleport up, or shall we stay here?
I want a pizza tour when it comes.
Okay. 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 Let's teleport up.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
If it has pineapple, I am gonna crash out. Go again. Trust me.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. A normal person. But except yet that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no.
I'm
You have a weird
dead.
That's what I said.
Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you, and gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Okay.
Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me.
Aw,
Not only is the hole not
Thomas!
infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point.
If it
How
has
is this
sardines, I'm
still
going to
appealing
crash out.
you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Well, we spend our time with the hole. We just spend our time with the hole. Oh. Oh, so Declan, is this what you mean when you and Thomas, get it on with and stuff? The hole just starts to get a little bigger, a little bigger, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let me stop. I am hole sub. But this hole is something else. Change your perspective? What? Do I push it or do I just keep it as is? Oh! Well, there's us. What is these angles, chat? What is this angle? I can't. Oh my god. This is hella scary, chat. What is B? What? What is this? Oh my. I don't want to say who this looks.
Is this loss?
I don't want to say who this looks like.
Stanley? 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 Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there.
Imagine going
drifting
down
away
and you
into
look up and
Playthough.
see this.
But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the whole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Okay. Oh, we're back. Aw, I don't want to be back here. One sec, chat. I'm ordering the pizza as of right now.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Okay, so we got the whole ending. The name button? Oh no. Lord. No, I'm ordering the pizza right now. Okay. It says it'll be here between 18 to 30 minutes.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually
Oh my
recognized
god.
and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
Just right. Too
Isn't that
small.
wonderful?
Well, there it is. It's too small. Too big. Just right.
Declan struggles with that.
Oh my god. What? Declan, any response to that? Well, with which one? I'm assuming the too small one, or the just right, or the too big.
Living rent-free Thomas. Rent-free.
Oh my goodness. The buttons that says the player's name.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
Who
Hi,
the
Jim.
hell?
In the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
Hi, Ken.
Just play along.
Hi,
I
Cypress.
promise you'll love it. Okay,
Apparently my
here we
name
go.
is-
Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Oh, God.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you.
This
Do it again, do it
sequel is
again.
going to be bad.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Damn it. We're having fun. Too big, too small, just right. And also, hi, Cypress. Welcome.
Someone save me, please.
Where are you at? You know, we're dealing with the too big, which apparently Thomas is this, and apparently this. I love
Jim's streams.
I'm not Jim. My name is not Jim. Oh, God. This is what I'm working with, chat. The road to the perfect button. You gotta find the perfect button, chat.
I have to go ill. See you later.
Aw,
I
Cypress.
suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Size doesn't matter.
An epilogue
True.
would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
No epilogue? How are you gonna have this in here? What else is there? Red is the new orange? Nobody says that. The reassurance bucket. Oh, Thomas, I think you need this. For every time you have a crashing out moment, and especially if you're going out. There's the There's
Praise
the
the
bucket.
bucket.
Praise the bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of
Thomas
reckless
going out
despair
the
in
closet?
those who played
Makes
it.
sense.
Well,
I'm
I'm
dead.
happy to say that after much consideration, I
Well, he's with
engineered
me,
a
so
clever
it makes
solution
sense,
to
Declan.
this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable
bucket
will
changes
feel
every single
perfectly
ending.
normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the
I would
gentle
not be
embrace of
surprised at all
jarring
if Thomas and
cognitive
Kenneth linked.
dissonance while the bucket is in your
But
arms.
Summer,
And to
haven't
be
you heard?
honest, it's a much more
We're
convenient
Chat's
solution for
dads.
me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine
Ew.
what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Okay.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay. So, we keep the bucket, chat?
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Merch, chat. The merch. I saw the new content. The end is never the end again. To the Waldo McDonald's look right here. The 2, and then the brain. So what am I supposed to do with this bucket? Okay, we have it. So... I'm still mad at this balloon situation. Let's see what happens if... Let's see if the bucket can help me with this situation, because this thing pissed me off. God damn it. If you want to watch this on full screen chat, I am live on Twitch. Purple app. It's all there. Okay. I feel like I looked into everything, but what else am I supposed to look at? We went into the hole. We looked at the bucket. What else is there to do? The bucket is life now. Up here?
Go back to the epilogue and follow the path.
Oh. That's new? You heard Jim in the game. Asia, what's up, dude? Welcome, welcome. No, your internet's been fixed? Sweet. Was it lagging or what was going on with it, dude? The epilogue is we have a bucket, chat. That's the epilogue. It's worse than the low well, good to know. An exit.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Oh. Yeah, we got everything.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Okay, dude,
I'll
you're good.
arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Sure.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
What the hell?
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Oh my god.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh boy, here we go. The Stanley Parable 2. Chat. I'm dead. He really created this. Let's begin, chat.
This is the story of a man named...
Oh my god.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
It's literally the same game. But look,
Perhaps he had simply
the
missed a
balloons
memo.
are here. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it? Stanley picked up the bucket.
There, we got the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Wow. So, you know, people have sidekicks, you know, people have, like, Batman has Robin, who else? Shrek has Donkey and Puss in Boots. Meanwhile, Stanley and his bucket are the duo.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yeah, the bucket's guiding us, chat. The bucket is guiding us.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Y'all, don't do this. If you're ever making a sequel, don't do this and just add a bucket into the game.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
It's Death Island all over again, chat. Or Dead Island, whatever it's called.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
The bucket is our friend, chat. The bucket is our friend, you hear me?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human. Stanley and the bucket waited in darkness.
Oh my god.
Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away.
That bucket is
Excitedly,
powerful.
the two of them began to discuss
Yes.
the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them
What?
wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
What?
Would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Oh boy.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The bucket chat. Should we take our bucket with us? Shall we take our bucket with us, chat? I'm dead. Take
Stanley
bucket.
lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
It's
Was
the
this
companion
better than
cube
the
all
meeting
over
room?
again.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
I was gonna say it's
How
tofu. It's
insightful the
tofu
bucket
all
turned
over
out to
again.
be.
Y'all remember tofu from Resident Evil, chat? Stanley Parable has the bucket.
Truly,
Resident Evil
being here with
has
the bucket was a
tofu.
grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh.
Okay.
Another collectible.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
Just
You
kill
can't
me.
buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Just kill me, chat. Whoa.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up.
What?
No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling.
Yep.
And the emptiness in my chest when I
The
set
fucking
it down,
bucket?
it doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
Monetize it?
Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket.
This is
But I have to be
terrifying.
careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get...
Uh-oh.
What's that? Who's there? Camporata.
What the hell? What? What the hell?
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
You want
Good
to make a
job, Stanley.
turkey cake?
Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I say go for it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room?
Oh, chat, pizza's about to be here. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm just gonna grab the pizza. Okay, I am back. And I got my pizza, and I got some juice to eat with it. It's bucket on top. Oh my god. Not the bucket on top, chat.
Pizza tour.
Pizza tour. What do you mean pizza tour? It's not a pizza tour. Anyways, I got my pizza right here. I don't know if you could see it, chat. The bucket is powerful, yes. But also, what sorcery does it have? Oh wow. I don't know if you guys could see it. I'm trying to show it, but it's hard to show it with the background being a dick. You could barely see it, but it's a pepperoni pizza, chat. Anyways. Yep.
What's on it?
This is pepperoni.
Just pepperoni.
Yeah. Yeah, just
W juice.
It's the juice is Sunny D, but they have this new flavor.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
The flavor on the juice, though, it's like a mixture of pineapple and something else. I think kiwi. It's hard to say because I've never had kiwis.
Truly,
but it's
being
pretty good.
Here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all
Rat Boy would
together.
love pizza.
First, walking through the door on the right. Then walking to the lounge. Then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meet, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Hey, Jonah, what's up, dude? Going down, down, down. So far today it's been, well, pretty depressing. But chat decided to go and get me a pizza.
Stanley, I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh my god.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much.
Is this an intervention? What?
It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere.
It's a pepperoni
the
pizza.
Bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and
Where'd the
Broom
baby come
because
from?
That's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes.
Where did the baby
that they've never seen before.
Go through the
Yes,
maintenance
I know
elevator
who
again
gave you
after the
bucket,
next
but you're
reset.
spending
Leave
too
the
much
bucket.
time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new.
What?
Yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
What's with the baby? We've never seen the baby. What? No bucket elevator is fun ending. Okay. We care about you, Stanley, but also, like, what?
We love you and bought you a pizza. I want to see a smile.
What is this? I'm trying to figure out this baby. When has a baby popped up in the game? While we've been playing it, the baby has not popped up, not even once. I'm trying to figure that out. Like, when has that baby popped up? Chat, when has a baby popped up? There's no way that this baby has popped up. Oh, okay. Timothy over here on Twitch is telling me this, chat. W Timothy.
Have you not gone through with the ending that has a baby?
No. Okay, let's go in.
Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
What?
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No!
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the
You
Stanley
doomed the
Parable.
bucket!
True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No!
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't
No.
get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they
No.
want. Hurry and...
Oh. What? What is
The
this?
Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Rip the machine, chat. Rip that destroyer. Oh, we're back.
Leave the bucket and go back down the maintenance elevator.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. What a room, Stanley thought to himself. What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley thought. What a room. What a room, what a room. What a room. Va-va-voom. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Wait, are you talking about the same room that we were at? Oh,
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
here we go.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep. Okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No. This isn't
Oh,
right at all.
this
You're not supposed to be
ending.
here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change?
Logan,
Stanley,
thank you for sharing the
did
live.
you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
It's the never-ending story.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's
Damn.
possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off.
Are you having fun?
Good job.
No.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
I think we got
Okay,
this ending
I'm
before.
getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Ah.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Yeah, this part, yes.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
This was the confusing ending,
Here's
I
a thought.
believe.
Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination?
Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well, this is new.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
Not that it was okay. Logan, thank you for sharing the
But
live.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Are you talking about that thing over there? Or this one over here? Logan, thank you for sharing the live.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for
Oh,
others?
we did
Are
it!
you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Oh, we did it! We landed on this thing, chat. Holy crap. Danger, danger everywhere. Everywhere, chat. No buckets past this point. I'm dead.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Oh. What door shall we enter, chat? Got this door, we got this door, and then we have this door right here, which is new. Go to the new one. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Oof. Let's see. Please rate your experience. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Well, we know what he's gonna end up. What's gonna end up happening if we say 1, but I'm low key curious to what it will be.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leader. Good old Neil, Skeet, Nacho Nacho Boy, some random person. Wow. 3% chose the blue door, and we're on the bottom. Wow.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Oh,
You
boy.
wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
We only pushed 1.
In this game,
Oh.
the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the artwork
Yeah,
will
I
really
see the
take
baby
notice.
now.
But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because
Yep.
if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
There's actually a thing that happens after 4 hours of that? Oh, wow.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley?
Whoa! We're in a different game, chat. We're in a different game. What was that game that Thomas played, Baron? Do you remember?
This turned into another game.
Yeah, I was like, this is the game that Thomas played. Firewatch! Yes! I was like, we're playing Firewatch, chat! Oh my god!
What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower.
Oh
Perhaps
my
for some sort
god.
of twisted, erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley.
Oh no, not this
And
guy.
it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Oh my goodness, we're playing Firewatch.
He also played Ironbark Lookout.
Oh my god, this is crazy. We're playing a game. It's a game within a game, chat. Holy crap! Okay, we're going down. Down, 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 down.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
What if we are inside someone else's game?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
What?
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
God damn it, narrator.
Woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Okay. No.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Narrator can handle unrestricted movements. What?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Rocket League?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Yay. Yes, Des, we're playing
Are
this
you doing
game.
it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
Yes.
Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure,
The
then
promo
surely
chat.
multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
Oh my god. Get it in.
Blue for the win.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game?
Yes.
Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This
Come
is
on.
my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for
Okay,
you.
Boomer,
Without
calm
rules or
down.
boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around. Hold on. What are you doing?
Oh,
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
whoa, we're in the beta.
Haha.
Whoa. Holy crap. Oh man, should we play Firewatch now? Cause damn it, I want to play that now. What the hell?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Oh my goodness. Ah, we're back here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well, there's the bucket chat.
Take the bucket.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee
The
lounge
bucket is
was
everything.
simply the place to be.
The bucket
And here
is
it
everything.
was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk.
Yes.
But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says,
No, take the bucket home.
buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment. Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket? Incorrect.
No.
It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Now you got me thinking it's not a bucket.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket?
I love this game.
Y'all tell me, is this a bucket? I love this game. Is this or is this not a bucket, chat?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
What the hell?
Correct.
Yes.
This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. This is a bucket. Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
How does that make any sense?
You bad at this test.
Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Yes, thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless, is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence, and yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is?
Nope.
Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
What?
Okay, here we go.
No!
He said bucket so much it doesn't feel like a word.
Oh, we lost
What
bucket.
happened? Is everything gone? Why
Yes.
did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
Yes.
Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
You can take the bucket home.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled.
And
He'd
smile.
never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket
It's the
around.
best ending.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling
Yes.
him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I want some pizza.
Pizza, pizza.
In here,
Said the bucket.
go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Dark room? What dark room? There's no dark room. It's a pepperoni pizza, Crystal. I hope you like pepperoni.
Now pick up the
Yum.
phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Okay.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely.
Yes,
and
this
could
is the
use a
best
friend.
ending.
And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Oh, Bucket! Hello, Stanley, it's me, your bucket. Take me to work with you. Okay.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head. Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me. Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Don't listen to Loud Man, go home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from, me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket, this stupid hunk of metal. It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it. Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no, I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks.
Come again? What?
What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The
Oh.
bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
Oh my God.
No, it's my bucket.
Go back to work, Stanley. Did the narrator just end us because he wants the bucket? Oh my god.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Best ending ever.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What the hell?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Is there something in here? Oh, an elevator. Just listen to the elevator music. Okay, chat, we're gonna end the live right here because we managed to finish everything as far as I'm aware of, but my brain is about to go fried with the amount of times. But thanks for joining me. I'll see y'all very, very soon. We will be playing Life is Strange later. I'll keep everybody posted in the Discord at what time we're gonna play it. But thanks for joining me on the Stanley Parable. We'll probably not get all the endings because there's a lot of them. But take care, chat, and I'll see y'all very soon. Bye, guys.